Have you ever been absolutely sure something happened a certain way, only to find out you were completely wrong? Maybe you vividly remember a childhood event that your family insists never occurred, or perhaps you recall a public figure saying something they never actually said. What if I told you that artificial intelligence might be behind some of these false memories, or worse, could intentionally create them? Let's dive into a deeply unsettling, but critical topic: how AI can manipulate perception and memory through content, media, and behavioral nudging. This is not science fiction. This is happening, right now. In the age of information, we trust our memories far more than we should. But our memories are fragile, and when combined with AI-generated content, they become vulnerable to distortion. Deepfakes, synthetic voices, fabricated news reports, they don't just fool our eyes and ears, they tamper with our reality. Artificial intelligence today has unprecedented power to generate hyper-realistic video, audio, and text. Deep learning models like GANs, generative adversarial networks, are capable of creating people who don't exist, voices that sound eerily like someone we know, or events that never actually took place. Once these are placed into believable contexts, like a news broadcast or a social media post, our brains begin to accept them as truth. It's the psychological principle of cognitive fluency. The easier something is to process, the more likely we are to believe it. And AI is incredibly good at generating easy-to-believe content. Add repetition and emotion to the mix, and suddenly we're internalizing lies as if they were facts. But the danger goes beyond individual memory. AI-driven misinformation campaigns can reshape collective memory. Imagine a generation that remembers a war that never happened, or recalls a politician saying something deeply offensive when they never did. These fabrications can influence elections, public policy, and even international relations. Tech companies and researchers are scrambling to develop detection tools, watermarking systems, and content verification mechanisms. But here's the uncomfortable truth: AI's ability to deceive is always one step ahead. For every new detection algorithm, there's a newer, smarter generative model. Let's look at how this manipulation plays out in real life. In 2023, a deepfake video of a famous world leader declaring war was uploaded to multiple social platforms. Although the video was quickly debunked, millions had already seen it. Some panicked. Stock markets reacted. People made decisions based on something that never happened. Or consider AI-written news articles with fake sources, fake quotes, and fake data. If these are presented on a website that mimics a real news outlet's design, how many people double-check the information? Very few. Most just accept what they read, especially if it confirms their biases. What about personal relationships? AI-generated text and deepfake voicemails have been used in scams to convince people that their loved ones are in danger. People have lost money, trust, and emotional security, because the machines knew how to mimic real, human signals. And then there's memory hacking. Some AI tools, paired with data from your browsing history, social media, and smart devices, can begin to suggest or remind you of things that never happened. Maybe you get a video in your feed of a celebrity saying something outrageous. You think, "I saw that clip before." But you didn't. You only think you did, because AI has inserted it into your narrative through subtle, repeated exposure. This is not just about tricking us once. It's about reshaping how we remember. Memory, after all, is not a perfect recording. It's malleable, emotional, and susceptible. AI doesn't just exploit this, it weaponizes it. So how do we protect ourselves? First, by understanding that synthetic content is becoming indistinguishable from real life. Always verify. Look for source credibility, cross-reference multiple outlets, and don't trust your instincts blindly, because those instincts are being manipulated. Second, we need digital literacy. Schools and workplaces must teach people how to detect synthetic content, how to question what they see and hear, and how to remain skeptical in an age of manufactured truth. Finally, we need ethical regulations, globally. Waiting for tech companies to self-regulate is no longer enough. Governments must step in, set standards, and create transparency laws around AI-generated content. We are entering a world where fiction wears the mask of fact, where lies sound like truth, and where memories may not belong to us anymore. The question is not, can AI lie? It already does. The real question is, will we notice in time?